皆さんおはようございます。Thank you for joining me. This is the Japanese article of the day for October 16th, 2025. 2025年10月16日の今日の記事でございます。So we have a very simple title today. It's 八丈島。台風から1週間。So, Hachijo-jima is the name of an island of Japan. Hachijo-jima. So, jima or shima, if you ever see a word ending with shima or jima, that means island. Unfortunately, in the English names, they normally include the jima or shima in the name of the island. So they'll call it Hachijo-jima Island, which is technically repetitive, because shima or jima already means island. But Hachijo-jima, so Hachijo-jima Island. 台風から, so from the typhoon, 1週間, so 1 week has happened, or 1 week has passed since a typhoon. Okay, here is our vocab from the article. We have Hachijo-jima, Hachijo-jima Island. Taifu is a typhoon. Izu Shoto are the Izu Islands. Higai is damage, harm, or injury. Owareru is to break. Suido is waterworks, or a water supply. Kuzureru is to collapse, or to give way. Higanjo is an evacuation place, or a shelter, particularly when relating to disasters. We have uketsuke is a reception desk, or a reception, like where you would sign up for something. And we have tomaru is to stay, as in to stay a night, or to stay a certain time, or to lodge somewhere. And we have shokuji is a meal, or food. And junbi suru, or junbi, is preparation, or junbi suru is to prepare.
伊豆諸島が台風の被害を受けて今日で1週間です。伊豆諸島の八丈島では300以上の家などが壊れました。水道も壊れて島の 20% ぐらいの人は水道を使うことができません。山が崩れたところなどに住む130人以上が今も避難所にいます。八丈町は今日からボランティアの受付を始めました。しかし、ボランティアが泊まったり食事をしたりするところがありません。八丈町は準備ができるまでは島に住む人にボランティアをしてもらうと話しています。
Okay, let's get right into our article.
伊豆諸島が台風の被害を受けて今日で1週間です。
伊豆諸島が so the Izu Shoto is the Izu Islands. This kanji, so we have Izu, which is the name of the place, and then this sho here means like various, and then that last kanji is islands, so various islands that are called Izu Shoto, the Izu Islands. Ga Taifu no higai, so damage from the typhoon. O ukete, ukeru, receive. So higai o ukeru is to be damaged, literally to receive damage. It's in the te form. Then we have kyou de, or 16日で1週間です. So we have this first section in the te form means this happens first. So the Izu Islands were damaged by a typhoon. And now, today, the 16th, it has been 1 week since that. So if you have a te form and then a time period with des, it's kind of like this time period or this amount of time has passed since this happened.
伊豆諸島の八丈島では300以上の家などが壊れました。
伊豆諸島の八丈島では So this では in or at Hachijo-jima, the Hachijo Island, of the Izu Islands. So Hachijo-jima is one of the Izu Islands. 300以上の家. So 家 being houses or homes. And then 300以上. So over 300 homes. Nado. So this nado is and other buildings, similar things like homes. が壊れました. Were destroyed or broken.
水道も壊れて、島の 20% ぐらいの人は水道を使うことができません。
水道も壊れて. So 水道 is the waterworks or the water supply. So 水道も also the water supply. 壊れて was broken or damaged or destroyed. In the te form. 島の 20% ぐらいの人. So 島の of the island 20% ぐらいの人. So 人 being people. And then ぐらい being about. So about 20% of the people on the island. は水道を使う to use the waterworks or the water supply. 使うことができません. So ことができます or ことができません. Attached to verb means you can't do this verb. So the waterworks were also broken or damaged, and 20% or around 20% of the people on the island cannot use water. So they do not have access to water utilities.
山が崩れたところなどに住む130人以上が今も避難所にいます。
Okay, so 山が崩れたところ. So ところ being a place where 崩れた. 崩れる is for something to collapse or to break down, to fall away. So 山が崩れたところ. Places where the mountain kind of collapsed or there were landslides. など or places like this. などに住む. Living in such places where the mountain has collapsed. 130人以上. So over 130 people. So the counter for people here is ni. So over 130 people who lived in places where the mountains have collapsed or there have been landslides or places like that. が今も now as well 避難所にいます. Are in いる being the exist in a certain place. 避難所. So 避難所 is a shelter or an evacuation place. So over 130 people who lived in these places are now in the or 今も would kind of be still. They were previously and now as well. They're still in this shelters or living in shelters.
八丈町は今日からボランティアの受付を始めました。
So, 八丈町. So 町 being the town. So 八丈町 would be the town of 八丈は今日から or 16日から from the 16th or from today ボランティアの受付を始めました. So we have ボランティア which is volunteers and 受付. So 受付 literally means like reception or a reception desk. It's really anytime you're able to sign up for something or to volunteer for something, the place you would go to sign up for that thing, they call it an 受付. So here, ボランティアの受付を始めました. They started receiving applications or something along those lines for volunteers. 受付 kind of covers a wide range of services, I guess, but pretty much if you're signing up for something, you're going to go through an 受付. So they started accepting applications for volunteers or something along those lines, starting today.
しかし、ボランティアが泊まったり、食事をしたりするところがありません。
Okay. しかし、however, ボランティアが泊まったり、volunteers stay or lodge, tomaru, and then we're using tari tari suru grammar here. So you can see a tari here, then a suru. That means for doing things like this in this. So volunteers to stay, or 食事をしたり, or to have meals. 食事をする is to have a meal. 食事 is a meal. You do a meal. It's like to have a meal. 食事をしたりするところ. So ところ, a place for volunteers to stay or to have meals. がありません. So they started accepting volunteers, but they do not have places for the volunteers to stay or to have meals.
八丈町は準備ができるまでは島に住む人にボランティアをしてもらうと話しています。
Okay,
伊豆諸島が台風
Sorry about that. Okay, so 八丈町は準備ができるまでは So 八丈町, the town of 八丈, 準備ができるまでは So できる can also be when you're able to do something or when something can be achieved. So 準備ができるまで made is until. So until preparations are completed or they're ready for everything. 準備ができるまでは So until that point in time. 島に住む人 So 島 island 住む live 人 person. So people who live on the island にボランティアをしてもらう So we have a verb in the te form followed by morao. This is receiving of someone doing something. So having someone do something for you. So here we have ボランティアをしてもらう would be to have someone do volunteer work for you. And then that ni marks who is doing the action. So until preparations are ready, they are having people who live on the island offer themselves up to be volunteers or having them do all the volunteer work. と話しています. So that is what they are saying. So the town of Hachijo is saying, until we're ready, we are going to have people who live on the island do all the volunteer work until we have these places for other volunteers to come and help out. So, yep. Unfortunate. It's crazy how many natural disasters Japan has, and it's always going to be a big thing in the news. So hope that these preparations get done quickly and that things can get back to normal as quickly as possible. So 今日もありがとうございました. Thank you for being here. If you're liking these videos, please like and subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every day so you can keep up your Japanese studies and kind of keep up with the news. Hopefully this is a good place to kind of do both at the same time. And once again, thank you so much for being here, and I will plan on seeing you tomorrow. また明日.